Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today I have Elise Mariolis, beautiful name. She is an author, and she is with us from Bolton today. And she has brought with her, she's introducing Bailey the dog, and Bailey the dog is featured in her book, The Dog with No Chill. Welcome.
Thank you.
Both of you. Bailey did a good time driving her here. She kept her safe.
Yes.
Bailey is the dog that's featured in here. And like a lot of us, you were afraid your father wouldn't let you, your parents wouldn't let you have an animal, right?
I think it was slightly more extreme than that. So my mom and I wanted a dog desperately after we lost our other dog. And my mom put a deposit on a puppy, and my dad's like, there's no way we're getting that puppy. You are taking back that deposit. Like, we are not doing that. And so, like, the day came for her to take the deposit back.
He gave it.
And she didn't do it. And
How did he react when he saw Bailey?
Well, no, he knew she was coming, but he was pissed because he knew, like, my mom had basically just not taken back the deposit, and now she was, like, she had to get the dog. So my dad was like, my mom had to sleep in my sister's room for like a week.
So angry. Did he warm up to the dog quickly, or
it's funny. He actually likes Bailey a little bit. Like, he won't admit it, but you can kind of tell, you know.
Bailey is a Bichon breed?
She's a Bichon, yeah.
She's a Bichon, and she's how old?
She just turned 3.
And you got her when she was a baby.
Yeah, we did. We got her when she was very much the runt of her litter.
Yeah.
She was tiny. She had to play with cat toys, actually, because dog toys were too big.
When did you think of the book, The Dog with No Chill, and what does that mean?
Okay, so we can go over that. Well, it started as a nickname, and basically chill is slang, sort of, for calmness, like being able to I don't know, control oneself in the moment, and just sort of, you know, not overreact to everything, very much like she does. So it was a nickname, like, as a joke for a while, and then I wrote a poem based on it, and people liked it. So I don't know, I guess I just started looking for illustrators, and then I found one, and then it just
happened.
Yeah, it just sort of, you know, it's like one of those things where you work at it incessantly, and then suddenly it's just there, it's just finished.
How long did it take you to write it?
It's funny, it took me 2 weeks to write it, and it took me 2 years to finish it. So
wow, that is amazing. It was in your head already.
Yeah, so it was a lot of, and I, like, designed every page with a...
That's amazing.
So...
Wait till you see the inside. You had a little help with the illustrations, but you were in on it too.
Yeah, I was, but he's very much the talent behind the artwork. I'm sort of going in and doing details and stuff, but...
Hold up, can you see, Paul, can you focus in on Bailey? She is the star of the book.
Yeah.
The Dog with No Chill. How can they get a hold of you and get your book?
Okay, so we have a website, www.dogwithnochill.com. We also have a Facebook, and you can get me at my email, which is elisemariolis@gmail.com.
Tell us what the book is about. The dog couldn't calm down, right? And all the things that she went through.
Right. Well, so it's sort of her adventures trying to find her calmness, like, and her sense of self-awareness about how her behavior affects the people around her. Mm-hmm. And, like, while she's having fun, that doesn't mean everyone's having fun, you know, which is, like, a very much a lesson that children need to learn.
I like this. There is a fundraiser group. What is it called? What is that called, that group? I know in the back it talks about it. the fundraising. It's like you're supporting a group called Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, Kickstarter. So Kickstarter is the application I used for the fundraising. It's a fundraising website where basically you have an idea, you know exactly what you want to do, you have everything planned out, but you don't have money.
Yeah.
So what you do is you design this web page on their site of all of the things that you want to do with this project and what it's going to be like at the end, and then you basically say, if you donate $30 to this project, you will get this thing that is related to the project.
So you could send them a free book?
So, right. So the thing is that I didn't have money to publish it, and then, I set up the Kickstarter, and, somebody would say, like, oh, okay, I'll pledge $50, and then you get a book and a coloring book and some doodads and whatever, what have you. So, it's kind of like PBS, where, like, there's different levels, like, depending on how much you donate. So,
how long did it take for you to get at least up to where you could begin all the publishing?
Probably a year and a half, from starting the illustrations to actually preparing the files for publishing, because
enough money coming in by that time?
It's you sort of are given, like, you try to raise a certain amount, and then if you hit that amount, you get the money. Yeah. If you don't hit that amount, you don't get the money.
Wow, that's a challenge.
And that's because the idea is that you need enough money to do the project to give the people the thing that they donated for.
Yeah, right.
So, I just made it, like, by a couple $100, our budget. We were able to publish, which was great.
What do they do? What happens if it's a phony check? If it bounces, I mean, that had to be rough.
Kickstarter is luckily a pretty well-established organization now. People do a lot of, like, people do books and comic books a lot and stuff, but people also do, like, tech projects, like, oh, I want to build this robot, but I need, or like stuff like that, like, or I want to build this connector set for children that teaches them about engineering, or like, there's a ton of projects on there.
Sure.
And a lot of them don't necessarily make it to fruition. I think only about 30% of the projects that are set up actually make their goal. So I guess I had that going for me. I kind of managed to pull that off.
How much was it?
My goal was $5,000.
Wow, that's a lot. And you made your goal.
I made my goal. I think I had about $200 left over. So, Kickstarter sent the check, and we were able to get it out to the printer. So
they send. How does that work? People don't send you personally the money; it just goes to a fund.
Yeah, like it. People donate money, and they give it to Kickstarter, who holds it in a little fund. And then if you hit your goal, they take that money and they send it to you.
But does Kickstarter take anything out of it?
Yes, they do. They take like a little, I don't know, transaction fee.
So if yours was $5,000, how much did they take from that?
A couple $100.
All right. No,
so it's not bad, considering that I needed the platform to do the project.
Yeah.
So
I love the back of it. It's just a beautiful picture of. We're talking with Elise Mariolis, and it's absolutely beautiful. Who took the picture of you with Lily?
I think I took that.
You took your picture?
I think that was a selfie.
A selfie? Looks so professional.
Yeah, that's a selfie. The one at the bottom, I took that one, and then I edited it so that our website is on it. If you look at the laptop, or it's actually our website.
He's right there with the picture. I'm trying to why I want to call him. I think the name Bailey can be both a girl and a boy.
Right. It's kind of like a unisex name, so it makes sense.
We're talking with Elise Mariolis, beautiful name, and she has written "The Dog with No Chill." In other words, Bailey the dog could calm down, and this is great. What age group would you say?
I've had success with like a pretty wide age group for children anyway.
Yeah, right.
I think I've sort of gotten feedback from people who are from like 9 to as young as 2 that have enjoyed the book.
Excellent.
So, actually one of Bailey's little fan club, like one of the first people that I gave a prototype print book to.
Yeah.
And he like absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And so now he's like Bailey's #1 fan.
I
It's
imagine
adorable. He's like 3 years old.
At libraries, at children's rooms, at libraries, family fairs and festivals.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You would do well.
I've done a couple. Like we were at Kids Con a couple weekends ago, which is kind of like a Comic-Con for children.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like Power Rangers and people dressed up as fun
I've heard
outfits.
about those.
And
Did you dress up like?
I wasn't. I didn't because I kind of got a table like 5 days before the event, so I didn't really have time to plan, but I think I'm going to go again, and I have a Pikachu costume for myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could wear the Pikachu costume, and then I could make a Pokeball costume for
You
Bailey.
brought her along with you, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, she's like part
Look
of it.
how calm she is. And yet the book was The Dog with No Chill.
Well, she finds her chill at the end of the book. You
Yeah,
see that,
yeah.
which is, and even now she's like, if you are right next to her the entire time,
Yeah.
then she's like, oh, look how calm she is. Then you leave her alone for 5 seconds, and she's like, wah, wah,
Sounds like our
wah.
cat, our male cat, who's like a mountain lion, is extremely attached to my husband. I've never seen a cat. My husband just goes to the bathroom or leaves the house. It's
Like-
really, I've never seen. Have you ever seen that before with a dog?
I don't know. I mean, she's just sort of like a big baby, honestly.
Yeah.
She's like having like a little furry toddler. Like, she has to. It's like she has to have, like, she won't eat certain food if she doesn't like it, or she has to sleep on the bed with you, and then like if she's sleeping on the bed with you, she likes to take her half out of the middle. So she's sitting there and she's just like.
Does she wake you up in the morning to be fed?
No, she actually is, it's funny, she doesn't wake up at all. She's just like,
It's like our cat.
like she's like upside down. Just,
Yep. And she's very happy.
Right.
Because she doesn't purr, though.
She's
I
like
know.
completely out, like she's just like out.
Just so happy. Does she like her belly rubbed?
Yeah, on occasion.
She looks to me like, is a Bichon part poodle?
They're kind of, I think they have similar origin stories, but I don't know if they're actually blood related. I don't know. I know poodles were Portuguese water dogs for a while.
Yeah, right.
And then it kind of became a thing in France, and then the Bijons are French.
Was she a purebred? You had to order her up to, to...
Yeah. We had to go out and find.
So you knew ahead of time what you wanted.
Yeah, well, my mom, I was thinking, I could get a shelter dog, but, my mom really wanted a Bichon. Like,
She wanted
really, really, really wanted a Bichon.
It's like me wanting a Basset Hound, but boy, they're few and far. Trying to find a Basset breeder. They're there. They're out there. It's just... And they cost. A bred dog they could be, what, over $400?
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I mean, she was more than that.
Really up there, yeah. Well, your dad likes her now.
He likes her more as much as he's liked any animal we've brought home, which isn't exactly a lot, but
Yeah.
I think he finds her funny.
Yeah.
So he kind of gets a kick out of that.
Does she cuddle up to him at all?
No, I don't think he would really.
Not really?
He's not really.
Who's she attached to, you or your mother?
Both. She kind of goes to different people for different things. Like, and again, she's kind of like a baby. So, like, when one person gets frustrated and tired of her, she just goes on to the next person and annoys them.
Smart.
And then just keeps kind of rotating throughout. So she'll just be like, I'm going to spend all day with you today.
Yeah.
And then she'll, like, shift. Like, it's funny.
I know a couple of years ago, back more than that, we were babysitting for a friend's dog. It was one of those little, can't think of what it's called, not a Bichon, but very much like it. Hyper. I mean, we were glad to bring her back. She was cute and funny, but she was hyper. And, I mean, even if we wanted to close the bedroom door a little bit, oh no, attention, but she was just a baby.
Right,
you know,
right.
She couldn't help it, but there are some that are hyper, whereas the dog I like is Basset. It's like, you know, how you doing,
Right,
man? You know?
right.
Yeah, I like that. So, how do they get your book again, The Dog with No Chill?
It's available on our website, www.dogwithnochill.com.
And if they'd like you to come speak or present, how would they reach you?
That would be my email address at elisemariolis@gmail.com.
All right. Newly established author and one of Bailey's primary humans. Bailey is our Bichon right here. She studied, this gets me, I bow to your intelligence. She studied mathematics at WPI for several years, but has since decided to take up more creative endeavors like this book. She currently lives in Massachusetts with Bailey and her family. She says, don't forget to check out our website for more awesome Bailey content, dogwithnochill.com. And you got to thank your illustrators as well as yourself. What an adorable pictures. They really. Is there something coming up next? If you like this type of thing.
I mean, I think I have to forget how much work it was the first time first, and then like I can start another one. Like I kind of need to like.
About Bailey?
I want to create like a series, but I think I need to decompress from this one a little bit first.
Sure. Well, you almost write a mystery. You've got the talent for writing right there. What's your favorite genre of books? Children's books or any books?
I don't really know. I read a lot of. I used to read a lot of different books. I read mostly when I was in high school, so it was a lot of like.
So did I. They always made us read the, what do you call them? What's the word when a book is famous a long time ago? Like not the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something like that. What are they called? Not scholastics or scholarly, but they were very famous, and we had to, by then they were like pocket books, paperback books.
Right.
Yeah, and it was, sometimes you had to slog your way through.
Right.
Did you have to run into that too?
I think every kid pretended to read Hamlet in high school or something like that.
Yeah, the Shakespeare stuff. Oh my God.
You know, like, it wasn't even that it was tough. I think I was just kind of lazy. Like, I just was like,
yeah. So you went to WPI for a while. Then you decided, you're like me, you left college, you went right into something different, which I did too. And I just kept doing different things I wanted to do to try them out. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Not at all. And she has a sister. Is your sister into writing at all?
She actually helped me a lot creatively when it came to different details and the writing and the illustrations and, you know, should I put this word here or that word there? Or stuff like that.
She probably looks up to you.
Maybe.
She goes, well, you never know with siblings, right?
It's not like they'd ever tell you. Because
Oh, no. No, they don't want you to think too much of yourself, right? Where have you appeared?
So I made an appearance at Tatnook Booksellers recently, and Word on the Street in Marlborough, which are two different bookstores. And then we visited the Bolton Public Library and the Hudson Public Library recently. And And then we were also at KidsCon again.
Yeah.
Which is the Comic-Con convention.
Did you connect with these people, or did they hear of you and connect with you?
I've sort of been looking through at events that might be, that might be the right audience for this.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the Comic-Con event really was.
Yeah. I think a lot of times these big family festivals and fairs, even you're going to probably get a kick out of this. Do you know senior centers are also terrific places because they've got grandchildren?
Yeah, I don't know. How do you, I wouldn't know how you would contact them.
That's what I do.
Right.
We'll talk. Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. But I'll have a number of my authors say, well, why are you sending me to the senior center? My book has nothing to do with... I said, because they have children, and they have grandchildren, and they have great-grandchildren. I've told this many times that we had a new author on here, and it was her first shot out. She went to a local senior center, and she sold 10 books in 1 hour.
Yeah.
And she was brand new, like you.
I mean, that was... Comic-Con was a little like that. Or not... KidsCon was a little overwhelming like that. I mean, I didn't sell quite as many. I sold 14 books in 4 hours.
That's pretty good, though.
So, and then I also have little doodads, stickers and buttons and things that people picked up. And
do you have a special, I tell authors, when you go to a book fair or whatever, have a special, on an easel or big sign, something that draws people to your table?
I have a banner.
There you go. Is it the cover of the book? The Dog with No Chill?
No, it's actually a different illustration in the bathtub, one of the bathtub pages.
That's cool.
So it kind of fits the theme, but it's a different image.
I love this bathtub picture. I mean, did she give you a hard time when you were going to give her a bath?
She doesn't like it. We'll say that.
Yeah. She's like a kitty cat.
She's she's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
What are you putting in here, me, Mother? Can you
why,
see her?
Why do we have to do this?
You're getting a picture of her, right, Paul? Oh, she is... You've trained her, basically, to be calm.
I mean, you sort of have to get her in the right mood.
Yeah.
And in the right environment. If she's, right next to you, literally right next to you, then she's suddenly, completely...
She's just...
Yeah, then you leave her alone, and she's like...
She panics.
Right. So it's she's calm now.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Yeah. When you were over at Chattanooga, did you sit up front at a table, or did you go to the back room, the big one?
I sat up front at a table. And we made a few sales there, a decent number.
Yeah.
And that was only a few hours, so...
Yeah, it's usually a couple hours, usually it's 1 to 3 or 3 to,
Yeah, it was 2 hours, and...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I got about 6 books.
Usually new authors, I tell them, well, a good place to be, just your first shot out of the gate, is like what you did. Sit up closer to the, the cash registers over there. Sit up closer like that, and people that basically are going to go by you one way or the other.
Right.
Yeah, and that's good. And then as they progress and give a presentation maybe, or people want to ask questions about their book and book signings, there's the big event room in the back.
Right.
You can commandeer all by yourself and have a good time.
Right.
I bet your Bailey would love to run around in it.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
She came with you to Chattanooga too?
Yeah. I kind of put it in the contracts when I...
Yeah, they're pretty good. They love authors over there.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things.
I know. They were pretty good to me over there. So.
Yeah. Did you go alone with Bailey, or one of your parents went with you?
Oh, no. Me and Bailey just went.
By yourself?
Yeah. So...
We're talking with Elise Mariolis, and you'll see Bailey right in her lap right here in the studio. The Dog with No Chill. Again, Bailey, Bailey. Yeah, Bailey too. Bailey, how can they reach you?
That is elisemariolis@gmail.com, or you can message us at our Facebook that we have.
We're gonna have to add. This has been. I told you to be very quick. A half hour goes like that. I will give this copy downstairs, or you can bring it down with you. Do you have it the dedicated local authors section.
All right.
Okay, how's that sound?
Okay.
Another great way to get the word out. Parents out there, take a look. Grandparents, this is really great. I'll let you know about all the there's so many places. There's, especially when they're new, don't even think about where they can appear and have fun.
Right.
I mean, a lot of fun. You know, senior center, especially there's no pressure, there's no stress. You're not in a room full of a ton of other authors.
Right, right.
Have you ever heard about the Rhode Island one? Every December, they used to be called Roads on the Pawtucket, but it's this huge authors expo in it's now in Cranston. It's table to table to table of authors of all different genres.
Right.
I walked in the room, I'm like, I couldn't possibly meet everybody in one day.
That was kind of like Kids Con.
Yeah.
Where it was all of these authors and comic book artists in just like this big convention center.
Did it feel stressful?
I feel like it was just about right for me to handle myself without getting overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There are some times where it just gets a little...
Yeah. I mean, if I, as a guest, walk in and like, woo, I mentioned it to one of the authors there, and she said, I know, she was overwhelmed too.
Well, I brought my bubble machine.
A bubble machine?
Yeah, when I go to fairs, I bring a bubble machine.
Like on the cover.
Like on the cover, exactly.
Yeah.
And it, like, kids just love the bubble machine.
Of course,
so.
you've got it right on track.
And I got little duckies on the table. Like, I've got, like, a setup, so.
Yeah, you know how to sell. That's terrific. That's a good show. Have you back on again, even when you do write another book?
Right, yeah.
Let me know. I'll get
All right.
you back on again. You can bring Bailey. Is Bailey going to drive home?
I think she's too tired. I might have to do it.
Does riding in the car help her to sleep?
Bailey works on her own schedule.
It's like a cat, you know. They own you.
It's like she has her moods.
Being with us very much, Elise. And good
Yeah,
luck with
thank
the
you
book,
for having
alright?
me very much.
We'll see you next time on Be My Guest.
Thank
Riding on a shooting star, heading out toward a dream. Tomorrow's even closer than it seems.